Marin, happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Jimmy. How are you?
I am doing good, even though I had to remind our wonderful producer who's dancing in the background to the music as we came on. It's time to go live, Marin. It's time to go live.
We were a little late today, but no worries. It's been a week. It's all good.
It's been one of those weeks. So why don't we kick it off and why don't we talk about one of our wonderful partners actually producing their own intelligence and their own report out here.
Yeah, so this is one that I shared with you earlier this week. Frost and Sullivan report talking about the importance of these high impact spaces. If you think about the conference room, boardroom style, or even just the common area spaces, maybe a lunchroom turning into multi-purpose. So this was put out earlier this week from our friends at QSIS, and there's a lot of great nuggets in there. I know a lot of projects are sort of starting with the high impact space, so I thought that this was really worth the download, so check it out.
And it's wonderful. Many of our partners are actually producing their own reports and their own sort of collateral to put out there. And all of them come to the same conclusion, Marin. A purpose-built device is the best way to go, no matter what you're doing. And speaking of that, Microsoft also has their own new report that's out, another work trend index, which is your favorite.
They are my favorite. This was another blog post that came out this week. And really, Jimmy, we talk about productivity paranoia a lot. And we were joking before the show, if somebody is working, but nobody sees it, are they actually working? And that's
heard trees fall in the forest too, Marin.
It's productivity paranoia. It's basically the stat where employees feel productive, but their management is not so sure that everybody is productive. So all around building trust and focusing on objectives and results versus time spent and seeing people in person doesn't equal being productive, right?
Yeah, I know here at Microsoft, impact is an important thing, and impact and productivity are definitely something that people should be measuring, not just, hey, I'm at a desk and in the office. And speaking of offices, Marin, there was a blog post that was actually done, 6 common Microsoft Teams phone questions. You and I get this question a lot, because phones are phones, and it doesn't matter if it's a personal phone, it doesn't matter if it's in the conference room on the Teams device. So there are things surrounding Teams phone that we need to know about for Teams rooms.
Yeah, and this was a quick 2-minute read, but really did net it down to the 6 major questions around Teams phone and calling. One big stat, 12 million Teams phone PSTN users. Significant progress in this category. So really lovely to see it, and I think you'll definitely, I personally, one of them that I wrote down was, are Teams phones reliable? Yes. Are they only for enterprise? No. Can it be deployed and set up in less than 3 months? Yes. So those are the top 3 questions. There's 3 additional after that, but really valuable, over 3,000 views already, so go ahead and check it out.
12 million. That's not quite Powerball stats, Marin, but it's up there. So
I gotta go buy a ticket. I remember
we've got
today,
something
right?
to get to. Yeah, if you have not bought your ticket yet, Powerball here in the U.S. is crazy.
Yeah.
We always talk about Teams affecting Teams rooms, and another blog that came out this week was Teams performance improvement upon the framework and the upgrade that actually happened this week.
Yeah, so it spoke to the fact that in Teams, the most common activity is navigating between chats and channels, and that's where the improvement landed. So when we talk about this in previous improvements, 20+% improvement is significant, and lovely to know that that's happening in the background. And that's things that over time improve performance and build fans for Microsoft Teams, which is great.
And I think that chat and channel stat that you gave, that's the most productive use of people inside of Teams, and the most used attribute in there was key. I didn't know that until you actually told me when we came on here this morning. Yeah. So thanks for that. And another blog post, Marin, what's new in October? There are a whole bunch of new certified devices, but also chat, calling, and meetings was updated. Here's what's new in October.
Yeah, and one new name on the list. I hadn't seen Sony in the certified device partners before, so welcome Sony to the certified partner list. That's super exciting.
Love to see that. And Marin, have you subscribed to Teams Room Tech Talk on YouTube yet? I know that there are a lot of people in the chat that are on this channel right now, but I want to remind people, this is where we sort of all come together. This show, Selling Teams Rooms, is right on this channel. Also, we just started a new show this month, that What's New in October blog post. our friends Martin and Michelle will be doing a monthly video series based upon that blog. They'll go into long form. So if you've got questions, if you want to know more about something that was in that blog post, Michelle and Martin give a great overview and a deep dive really on some of the things and some little Easter eggs that might be in there in that blog post that they talk about in the long format.
Yeah, I love that we have one channel where you can find everything. So if you're going to go be a follower of one channel, this is the one you want to be on.
Teams Room Tech Talk. Make sure I want to be like that influencer. Hit the subscribe button. Mash that subscribe button. Do everything. I don't know if I am or if I'm not. Marin, our partners. We have collateral that will be coming soon to our partners. And this is a device deployment playbook. It's something that is sort of organizing the thousands and thousands of pieces of information that we have and can help partners take their customers on that journey for Teams devices.
Yeah, and we put out some wonderful decks and guides. This is reminiscent of when we came out with a new PowerPoint about a year ago, and it was much anticipated and everybody was excited. So this is our preview. It is coming. It is going to be one that we want to socialize in a big way. It'll certainly help with your conversations with your customers. So we're excited about it.
I've seen it. I'm excited about it. It actually does a really good job of telling that story, not only for Teams rooms, Teams phones, Teams panels, Surface Hub, all of the devices that we're using in those shared spaces. Even in some personal instances, it gives great guidance to help our partners know exactly what we're thinking, how they can actually discuss this, the things that you and I do every day and talk about. And speaking about exciting, Marin, episode number 4, Can You Stump Her, came out this week.
I know, and I've caught the previous episodes. I have not caught this one. Can you tell me, did she get stumped?
Marin, nobody knows who wins Jeopardy before they watch the show, and it's important to go watch the show. Michael and Tracy Herr go through conditional access. There is something broken in the Teams admin center. Can Tracy find it? That's what these episodes are. Can she solve the issues in under 9 minutes? What Michael does is he has something that's broken in there. He gives Tracy hints, sort of like all of our partners do when they walk into a situation that they need to fix. And it's real life guidance and it's real life situations that are basically put in front of people so that we can see, can she walk through and can she solve the issue?
Well, so, now I'm definitely going to watch.
Nobody knows if Jeopardy won beforehand, but go ahead and watch it. And Tracy also put out a spectacular blog post. It's a script, Marin. It's a script that show, will Android devices work inside of your tenant?
Yeah, so I had asked you earlier, like, what does that mean? So you basically just open up the tenant, run the script, and it'll pop back an answer to you, letting you know what you might want to do, make any updates, right?
It does not do any changes to the account. It does not do anything. It reports back and says, hey, you might not be able to join an Android device because of this. So it's a really wonderful script. It's all based on the supported settings out of the compliance policies. But Tracy and her team actually put together the script, and it's really something that I highly recommend before you're going in and putting it out. Before you encounter the problems, run the script and see if you can actually get in there. If you don't know exactly how to run a script, partners have access to the demo tenants, Marin, through CDX, through that. Let's go ahead and make sure if you've got questions, reach out to your account manager about how to set up those tenants and go through it.
Like giving yourself a little checkup, right?
Absolutely. Every time it's new learning, it's new things to learn. And speaking of learning, we had our bi-weekly event. Michael Tressler, who's behind the scenes here, came on and actually taught us about resource accounts. There were hundreds and hundreds of people, and we had a really engaging session. And Marin, one of the things I want to point out again, aka.ms/MTR feedback. Important place to actually go to. Maybe you like us every Friday. Maybe you can go and put a good plug in for us too.
Just put any sort of comments, anything needed. Our friend Michelle Bowman is the one that's managing that. So I did not know about that link until today. I might just put a little love note over to Michelle later today just to let them know that we're watching. But that is one that we will use to basically escalate to all of management and the whole team here at Microsoft to let us know your feedback. So love that that's out there. Make sure you take note of it. Put it in your bookmarks.
Yeah, Jimmy might have written the script. It just keeps on saying more Jimmy, more Jimmy, more Jimmy. I don't know. That's the common feedback that I give. Awesome. So, Marin, we've also got a new hybrid meetings and workshop Wednesday series from our friends Martin, who's posted on the calling and meetings Yammer page.
And I checked out the earlier session 1 this week where it was getting started and planning. Great like base setting, but I'm really excited about session 2 where we start to go into the different modules within delivering a workshop. So we're going to go sort of role play and walk through the different modules and how to execute them, how to present them. So make sure you go and check that out. We will have recordings if you missed it. So this for me is the number one way to start a conversation around Teams rooms. If you haven't done a workshop before, we're really, really hoping our partners enable themselves, and we've got a lot of great resources out there. So this is one where if you haven't done a workshop yet, please go ahead and check this out. It's a wonderful resources. And this is something that Microsoft actually invests in our partners to do on our behalf. So there is some money behind that door as well.
Wonderful sessions, and Martin does a great job of overviewing everything that's involved with this and giving you hints. Now, Marion, what are you doing at noon Eastern time today?
Well, I'm going to be attending this webinar.
Marion, our wonderful partners at AVISPL and the Financial Services Group here at Microsoft will be doing a special webinar on Teams rooms, how it fits into the vertical of financial services. They're not unique, but they do have unique challenges. And this webinar will actually go through and explain that, not only from our partner side, but also from our sales side as well.
I love to hear verticalized solutions. So we've started to dive deep within our internal teams, the vertical orgs, spent some time with you and I with the financial services team. I think it was last week. It's a little bit of a blur. It's been a little bit hectic lately, but I am so excited for this one. I will definitely be in attendance. And I love, this is end user facing. So I love to see events like that as well.
Love to see it 100%. And Baron, it's that time. We're at the end of 12 minutes now, so we did not fit it into 10 minutes, but we did 12. Okay. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, everybody who supports us. Marion, if you want to support us, when we post this show, go ahead and repost it. Go ahead and make sure that everybody knows about it. If you like this, like I said, the aka.ms/MTR feedback link is there. But Marion, Michael, everybody in the community, please have a wonderful weekend, and thank you for all your help.
Thank you. And buy your Powerball ticket if you're here in the U.S. Share it with us.